Paris Blues is a movie that came out in 1961. It's a musical slash drama slash romantic movie. It's based on the 1957 novel by Harold Flender. The musical film is about two American jazz musicians named Ram Bowen and Eddie Cook, played by great actors Paul Newman and Sidney Poitier, who are happy and comfortable living and working in Paris. Ram believes that it's best for him to develop his musical reputation. As for Eddie, he's trying to get away from the racism that he's dealing in America, which is on a daily basis. So he loves Paris because he doesn't have to deal with racism. But when he meets and becomes romantically involved with Connie, played by the late great Diahann Carroll, Eddie and Ram, they both decided with their partners that they had to make a decision whether they want to leave their integrity from an artistic standpoint behind, whether it's all worth it. Do they want to focus more on being the artist, or do they want go back to their old lives, but most importantly have love, especially from their women? And sure enough, at the end of the movie, if you saw, both Ram and Eddie decide to choose to be with the woman that they love over music. They put music to the side. I would say this, Louis Armstrong, he is phenomenal in this movie. All the scenes that he's in, I love it. My favorite scene in this movie is the Battle of the Bands. That was just tremendous, tremendous. Paul Newman did great playing the trombone. Louis Armstrong did great being on the trumpet. Sidney on the sax. And shout out to Duke Ellington. What a phenomenal talent he was. Rest in peace to him. I just love old school jazz, and this movie, especially that scene with the Battle of the Bands, was like watching the verses, you know? So it was just phenomenal to watch that. Man, old school jazz, what an era that was. So I just can't believe that it took me this long to find this movie. God bless Tubi for that, because I saw the movie there. Tubi is free. It's also on Pluto TV, which is free as well. So I highly recommend this movie. It is one of the most amazing musical films that I've ever seen. I gotta rewatch this movie again. I was watching it yesterday. So, but man, a classic 1961 musical film with great actors in it, great musicians in it. So it's definitely a movie that I highly recommend if you're a musician, if you're a film lover, if you love jazz like I do. I started loving jazz last year when the fall season was around, and I was watching these YouTube clips of a bunch of fall jazz playlist thing. And then for Christmas time, forget about it. It's just phenomenal. So I just love jazz. I always had an appreciation for jazz, but it wasn't until last year where I fell in love with the genre. So love old school music from jazz, and even the modern ones are great, but there's nothing like the old school ones. And sometimes I wish I was around during that era to experience Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong in person, but everything happens for a reason. But one thing's for sure is that their music never fades. And classic films like this one, although the actors may be gone, but the movie will forever be there in the library. From 1 through 5, I'll give this a 4.4 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching this video. Hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe. And may God bless you all. Have a great weekend, everyone.